To present our Impact Award for Community Investment, please welcome partner at Jones Day, Steve Koppel.
Thank you, and good afternoon, and congratulations, Geraldine, for a fantastic luncheon. I'm pleased to be here today to share a few words about my friend Alicia Glen, recipient of this year's Impact Award for Community Investment. As I speak a bit about her work, I want to emphasize the name of the award, the Impact Award for Community Investment. Alicia's efforts have indeed had a remarkable impact on the lives of the people in New York City and throughout the country who are often the easiest to overlook. I first met Alicia when she was leaving Brooklyn Legal Services to come join the dark side, a law firm. Her intelligence, tenacity, keen knowledge of real estate, and love of affordable housing, not to mention her sharp sense of humor, made it clear to me that she was destined to make a huge impact on the world of housing and community development, just not as a lawyer. When she left HPD to join Richard Roberts at Goldman, it was a perfect fit. In 2005, Alicia was named the managing director, further evidence that Goldman Sachs had found a talented and creative leader who understood how to focus resources strategically and who has built a great team that worked tirelessly and creatively to improve communities. Alicia has overseen Goldman Sachs' investment of over $1.3 billion in over 75 projects throughout the country, including charter schools and affordable housing in Utah, a Boys and Girls Club in Los Angeles, and much-needed housing and community development in New Orleans. Closer to home, UIG made a number of significant investments in affordable housing and mixed-use projects throughout New York City. From UIG's investment in the city's first 50-30-20 at 100th Street and First Avenue, to the Kalahari, Harlem's first new large-scale condominium development in decades, and from the Bradford and Bedford-Stuyvesant, where UIG creatively combined bond financing with New Markets tax credits, to Pitkin Avenue in Brownsville, where debt provided by UIG, historic tax credits, and New Market tax credits are being used to renovate a famous old theater into a new charter school. UIG's efforts and Alicia's leadership have indeed been transformative for entire city blocks and for people who live there. This year's Impact Award for Community Investment could not go to a more deserving team. And it is a team, and Alicia's team, who's sitting right out there, should stand up and take a bow as well, although they won't be standing up here. Yes, they should be applauded, right there. This year's award honors Alicia's and Goldman Sachs' commitment to the people of New York City, to all of its communities, and to the future generations of New Yorkers who will be direct beneficiaries of their important work and corporate leadership. I'm delighted to present CHPC's first Impact Award for Community Investment to Alicia Glen and GS Bank's Urban Investment Group.
Thank you, Steve. That's truly impressive, but I have to say I'm going to be very scared to get the April bill. It's also just terrific to be here today, and obviously to be described as we have in something other than an evil squid does have certain benefits for those of us who really are trying to really make a difference. And this 10-year milestone for UIG is just extraordinary that we're here 10 years later. And it really was about an effort by 3 or 4 people, led originally by Richard Roberts, to think about how the firm could deploy capital to underserved communities in a way that differentiated itself from many of the terrific efforts that were already being made in the space. And I think out of that process came a very unique approach to community investing, which is still really our hallmark today. And that's that we would attack this problem like we would attack any other problem that the firm works on. And that's really resulted, I think, in an investing approach that thinks about making direct investments with partners and in projects so that we can really try to drive effective outcomes. It's a very unique approach, and it's something that continues to really be our guiding principle today. And I think that that's generated for us an incredible array of projects where we can be flexible and really continue to be innovators in the field. We're very lucky because unlike a lot of other financial institutions, we are able to offer all sorts of product types. We don't have to have this division doing this, that division doing that. But we've assembled a pool of talent that can underwrite any project, can think about any challenge, and then craft a solution for that particular problem. So whether it's debt, or it's equity, or it's mezzanine, or mequity, or any of the things that we talk about, all of that comes to fruition when we look at individual problems. And I think that again, is just a unique way to think about community development and in a really comprehensive way. So as Steve alluded to, even though housing is clearly the fundamental building block of our practice, we really have been able to, I think about place-based financing in a very particular way, and to think about the needs of communities as way beyond just the built environment. And so we've been very lucky to work on community facilities, charter schools. We've just closed our first primary care health clinic in the South Bronx, near other work that we've done there. We've worked with the state and the city to develop a fresh food initiative and really, again, use our ability to drive those transactions to get terrific results for neighborhoods. And all of these, of course, are examples of terrific partnerships with our private sector partners, our nonprofit partners, and our government partners, all of which take a role in this undertaking that we've embarked on. But I think it's also important as we sit here today and we think about all the good work we've done, there's also, and at 10 years, it gives you a chance to reflect. And we're schmoozing and we're talking and we're congratulating each other, but really there is so much more that we need to do. And so for us, this is really a reaffirmation of our commitment to doing that. In New York City alone, 37,000 people sleep in shelters every night. 15,000 of those are children. In parts of central Brooklyn, the poverty level is up to 40%, and that's $23,000 for a family of four. More than 28% of people in New York City still pay more than 50% of their income towards rent. I mean, the issues are massive. The complex challenges that we face are really extraordinary. And again, I am very lucky that I have worked with a team of people who are the smartest, the most driven, the most creative, the most hardworking, and I would say some people would argue the craziest, but in a great way, a bunch of people in this industry. And that is where our mandate to do more really is going to come together, and we're going to continue to address these challenges as we move forward. So I know that I can sleep at night, that I have this terrific team, and I can sleep at night knowing that all of you in this room are going to continue to be part of that battle that we continue to fight to make our communities stronger, sustainable, and healthy, so that every person in New York City has the same access to the amenities and to the quality of life, which we all here take very much for granted sometimes. So I want to thank Geraldine particularly for having been here today and looking wonderful, and I'm very happy to have her be here on this day, which is important to us. And thank you, Steve, for your kind words. And again, to my team, you guys rock. Thank you.